Hi, my loves. How's it going today? I hope everything is going fantastic for you today. I just want to tell you I love you so much. And let's give God all glory, honor, and praise today because, of course, God deserves it. God is our everything. He takes care of us. Let's say a prayer for your foundation, your children, and everything you got going on. This particular conversation is going to be strictly for the men, for my kingdom man. And when I put kingdom men in a category, I'm talking about the kingdom men that believe in God and actually trust in God for everything. I am currently speaking to the kingdom men that are married and the kingdom men that are not married as of yet. And so this message is for you, but of course you women, you definitely can listen to the conversation as well because I'm team marriage. I'm team kingdom marriage. I want everybody to be joined together with their correct partner, and so that's what this conversation is going to be about. So let's get into it. So kingdom men, the ones that like women and women only, okay, don't have all that extra stuff going on in the background. This is time for you to hide your dick, okay? This is not time to be distributing your dick out to anybody other than your wife or the one that God has divinely given you. It is crucial to have this conversation with you because, let me stop swinging so much, because, everybody is vying for you. I mean, you the hottest thing since summertime, I promise you. And it's like, we don't have too many of you guys left, so it is imperative for you to hide your dick, okay? And the reason why I want to address the men that are already married is because the Jezebel, incubus, succubus, and Belial spirits are vying to actually try to come for the kingdom man that's already in a union. They want you really bad. You're almost as if you're like a delicacy on a platter or something. You are like something that they just want. And I'm not just talking about just those spirits, but I'm also talking about, other men want you as well. And so you got to hide your dick. You got to hide your dick. And the married men, you need to keep it for your wife. Your dick shouldn't be just out here in these young streets, being easily accessible. So what I need you guys to understand is spiritually, physically, and emotionally, the reason why they want you so much is because it's bigger than you. Okay, I just want you to know that. So don't get your head all blown up when you got a whole bunch of women and men wanting you. You should be wanting to be up under the radar. You shouldn't want to be an actual target. But like I said, it's bigger than you, especially spiritually. As far as the Jezebel spirit is concerned, she is only there, or she or he is only there to destroy you. Okay, and so how can they destroy me, Tia? How can the Jezebel spirit, the incubus spirit, and succubus spirit destroy me? Well, initially, they want your energy, your good energy, your high vibrational energy. You're a child of the Most High God. So number one, the devil wants to destroy you on that just basis alone. But as far as, getting your energy and actually consuming your seed by sleeping with them, what they can do is not only can they connect and soul tie towards you, but they can actually connect to your lineage, and they can connect to your abundance and everything. And ultimately, they're there to actually drain you of all finances, drain you of all your energy, and drain you of your sexual energy, and drain you of all of your character traits, or whatever the case may be, any type of knowledge spiritually that you have. And so that's why I tell you to hide your dick, because the thing about it is, this is not a game. This is not just casual laying down. This is not just, meeting people along the way. No, this is actually a warfare of trying to, destabilize the men. And as you can see, the men are really being spiritually attacked a lot because we're losing more than we're actually gaining in this fight, or whatever the case may be. So that's the reason why I'm speaking to the ones that we got left. Okay, you are definitely a target. And then for the men that do not have a wife currently, or whatever the case may be, they're trying to destabilize you just so you won't get into a union with your kingdom spouse, so you can be distracted in so many different ways. And you know, like I said, they're coming for your pockets. They coming for all finances, because the thing about it is, if you can destabilize a man and mess with his finances and put a curse over his life, then he's going to have to settle for, you know, a Jezebel, incubus, or succubus, or Belial spirit. He's going to have to settle. He's not going to be able to set up a foundation for a real kingdom spouse. And he's definitely not going to be able to get rid of that financial curse. So when we talk about financial curses, it basically is talking about being a slave to everything that you are dealing with in that curse. You're a slave to your to the companies that you're paying money to for bills. You're a slave to that Jezebel, incubus, succubus spirit and whatever they got going on. You're a slave to a particular job, or whatever the case may be. You can't create. You just you're a slave to everything that's in your world, because that's the way that the enemy has designed it, to make sure that he's weighing you down with things, whether it's child support, whether it's, you know, unexpected things that you have to pay for. It's always going to be an issue when you link up with the wrong type of partner with a simple mistake. So that's why you should be very choosy about who you choose to be your kingdom spouse, or whatever the case may be. And then as far as the men that are already married, you don't want to fumble your covering that God has protected you up under, because you were married, just to step outside of your marriage. You don't want to do nothing like that, because all of these curses apply to you as well. And so once God has given you a woman, that means that you need to cherish your household, your foundation, so you can continue to produce in that household. And so, like I said, it's bigger than you. These are long-term situations that are what I consider not worth it, because you know, I prefer for God to send me my partner. You know, if I was a man, I would prefer that. And then you got to be able to have, you know, a clear mind. You can't be out here just doing frivolous things, you know, drinking alcohol, doing drugs, or even you know, just eating everybody's food, because like I said, they are coming for you guys heavy. And like I said, the pickings are slim, you know. So if a Jezebel is feeling like she's feeling lonely, or whatever the case may be, she's going to come for somebody's husband. And so that's why you need to be spiritually aware. You need to be clear-minded, so you could be able to recognize when you are being spiritually attacked. And then us as wives and women, we need to be praying over you on a regular basis if we are married to you, because we need to make sure that you're completely covered. See, the thing about it is, the devil knows that men are weak. Okay, men can be easily enticed, and men can actually be deterred in some type of way. So all of those things that I am talking about, you are easily able to be distracted. And so if you are not spiritually sound, and if you are not, you know, focused on God on a regular basis, you can actually become victim. Yeah, you can be the victim of any type of attack. Okay, they are literally hunting you guys. They're hunting you. This is what I need you to understand. You need to train your eyes to be able to recognize a Jezebel and a setup right away, okay? You need to be able to be choosy about your body and want more, because not only does that open the door, you know, for financial curses, but it also opened the door for a lot of sexual transmitted diseases. And as you can see with the statistics nowadays, you know, everybody dropping like flies at this point. Everybody getting a disease, and it's just like casual. And it's like, it shouldn't have never been this way. It was never created to be this way. There was always enough to have a partner of your own, but now people are being selfish. We got polyamorous relationships, we got you know, same-sex relationships, we got all kind of different relationships that weren't designed that way. And what they're doing is they're exposing us to a whole bunch of different diseases and everything. So that's why I told you to hide your dick. Be choosy. In addition to that, you need to make sure that you are able to actually have some type of self-control and be strong. We got a whole bunch of weak men out here. You do not want to fall in that category. I mean, we got 90% weak men out here. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So you want to be the anomaly of the situation. You want to be bigger, better. You want to be stronger. You want to be more self-controlled. You want to have the power over yourself, because see, the thing about it is, once you enter into that gateway of dealing with anything outside of what God is actually divinely giving you, then you lose your power. Whether you know it or not, you lose all your power. You are now being handled spiritually by whatever wants to handle you at that point. You are no longer the man that God created you to be. And so that's why I tell you, hide your dick. Like, for real, you need to guard that with your life, like your life depends on it, because it does. It legit does. If you want to actually produce anything in this world, if you want to actually elevate in any type of way, if you want to have the type of life that you see yourself having without all these, all the drama and all of the different things trying to come against you, you got to be spiritually sound. You got to be strapped up at all times with your scriptures praying over you, your household, and any type of personal attacks that's coming towards you. And that's just period. And so the thing about it is, how can I do that, Tia? How can I be aware? Well, number one, you got to get a relationship with God, okay? You got to get a relationship with God so he can give you your spiritual gifts. You'll be able to recognize things before they even come towards you. You'll be able to recognize them for what they are and shut them down appropriately, okay? You won't be in circumstances where you have no self-control, where you don't have any type of, you know, backing or whatever. It's time for y'all to take y'all power back. Ain't no way y'all sitting up here just letting people just handle you any kind of way and you a whole man. And that's the stuff I'm talking about. This is the time for you to actually take your power back and let everybody know that you the man. Don't no woman need to be able to regulate you in any type of way. Don't no spiritual warfare need to be able to regulate you in any type of way. You need to actually show the devil who is boss. Period. If you a boss, okay? Even when you men are married, you need to let the devil know that he don't have no room to be in your household. And if you don't have a wife yet, you're going to let the devil know that you're going to get the wife that God is going to send you, because your marriage is going to last. Period. And just to talk to you, men, and let you know what's up. Your seed was never created for you to just have pleasure. Your seed was here so you can build generations, so you can actually you know, make everything foundational and build structure. That's what your original seed was actually for, okay? And so what's happening is, you men are only focused on the pleasure of it, not understanding that there's a bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, you are killing off yourself, because when you are actually dealing with anything outside of what God has divinely given you, what's happening is, not only are you confused and disoriented, but you don't have no focus. You give up on yourself. You become lazy. You actually start to slack in all areas of your life, and it's just like you're not motivated to do anything. And then now what you're seeing is, you're seeing a whole bunch of women supersede over men, because we have more self-control than men, if you will. I'm talking about the high vibrational women. I'm talking about the ones that's actually getting it, like myself, for instance. I'm not talking about the lazy Jezebels that look for a handout and always trying to take what everybody got and don't want to work for nothing. I ain't talking about them. But what's happening is, when you link up with something like that, you become that lazy person. You become unmotivated. You become you know, exactly what you actually invested into, and it's all because of your seed, because you just nutting in anything. And so that's why I told you, guard your dick with your life. Act like it is more important than anything that you've ever had, including money. Because the thing about it is, once you give it up, it cannot be retrieved. This is a spiritual warfare here. This is not nothing that's, you know, just the same thing that it used to be back in the day. No, this is a spiritual warfare, and it's clear who's winning. All right? And so that's the reason why I wanted to actually let you guys know that you need to actually start being more aware of everything that's going on around you. I mean, I know that you got your intuition is smart enough to see that all these other men are falling. Every time you look around, you see a man that's wanting another man. You see a man just falling. That's all you see on the streets is a whole bunch of men that done fell because they made those decisions. And this is what I'm trying to prevent for you, because you are a rare breed right now. I'm talking about the real kingdom men. I ain't talking about these little off brands that's trying to act like they a man, but they not nowhere near close. I'm not talking about that. And it seems like the younger men is smarter than the older men nowadays, which is crazy to me. But that's what I got for you, kings. I'll talk to you soon.